Hi y'all, Renee here. I am here today. I'm going to put together this card making workshop from the Cherish collection. This collection has been so popular. Lots of the items are already sold out, but this, as of the time I'm recording, this card kit is still available. And first and foremost, I just want to apologize for being gone for a little bit. We went to Hawaii to celebrate my retirement from my day job, which was very exciting, except we came in contact with someone who had COVID on the way there. And by day 3, it was like, okay, something's not right. By day 4, my husband had tested positive for COVID. And so on day 5, we called our regular physician and said, can we get something for COVID? We got COVID. Neither one of us are feeling that bad, but let's, go ahead and do something with it. My husband's Apple Watch had told him that he was experiencing AFib, which was very unusual. So he told the doctor about that. The doctor's like, well, just go to the local emergency room and have it checked out. And next thing we know, he's put in the hospital. He's there 6 days because of his heart, not the COVID. Matter of fact, they didn't do anything for the COVID except give him some cough drops, which one of the nurses actually had to go buy from the gift shop. And they ended up giving him some Robitussin there toward the end because the coughing was just so annoying. But other than that, the COVID itself was no big deal. It was what it did to his heart. So he ended up being sedated and having his heart shocked to get it back in the rhythm. That happened on day 5 of his hospital visit, which was now day 10 of our vacation. And then the next day, the shocking was absolutely, it worked perfectly. Everything was back to normal after that. And the next day they let him out of the hospital, thank goodness, because I was not allowed to go see him because he was COVID positive, even though I was also COVID positive. Go figure the logic on that. I don't understand. But anyway, I could not visit him in the hospital. So I was in the hotel by myself, very sad. He was in the hospital by himself, very sad. Luckily, we could FaceTime each other and we texted a lot, that sort of thing. I watched a lot of HGTV and ate mostly peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because that's what I had in the room, and the room had no room service. So that was awesome. But anyway, long story long, that's why I haven't been on, because while I didn't get very sick from the COVID at all, the coughing, and I still have a little bit of it, but the coughing was like every time I tried to talk, I would start coughing. It's like, this is insane. I feel totally fine. Why am I coughing so much? So anyway, here I am. I'm doing well, a little bit congested today, coughing sometimes, not very often, but I'm feeling 100% better, and we both tested negative for several weeks now. So glad to be home. We joke that it was the most expensive 3-day vacation in 14 days that we ever had. So there's that. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to put together the Cherish Cardmaking. This paper line is so beautiful. Unfortunately, the actual paper pack and sticker sheet is completely sold out. I cannot even remember the last time something like that happened. You can still get the cardstock set, and I believe all of the embellishments and the Picture My Life cards, and of course the digital art collection will never run out of that, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be using it because I love this card right here. Just absolutely love it. I thought I'd make a stencil plus make some of the cards just with the paper cuts themselves. There is also these 2 stamp sets. This stamp set comes with stencils to color in, and you can see the 2 different colorways, to color in each section very quickly, just using your inks and a blending brush. Really, really easy. And then the scrapbooking workshop, I believe, is still available, and the card making workshop is still available. I will have links down below to my shop. Just type Cherish in the search bar, and you'll get everything that's available still in the Cherish collection. So with that said, let me go ahead and show you. I already did all of my cutting and mostly, I think, all of my stamping. I do have some watercoloring. I don't know if I'm actually watercoloring or if I'm just using the watercolor pencils to add some color. I think it's just adding color with watercolor pencils, but not actually watercoloring. The kit also comes with a package of silver glitter gems, which I love. I have a whole bunch of these in my stash, so I love those. And it comes with an exclusive stamp and die set. This stamp and die set, I'm totally shocked this hasn't sold out yet because it is absolutely beautiful. So I'll let you look at this. This is the stamp and dies. Everything that's in blue are the dies. And this comes with a really big die. And this covers the front of a card. And I can see using this over and over and over again. It comes with the letters YOU for you, and then 2 other dies for the flowers. So like I said, I've already cut everything out, so I'm going to go ahead and put some music on for you and start putting everything together. This kit makes 16 cards for each of 4 different designs, probably to keep the video a little bit on the shorter side since I've already yacked about 6 minutes. I'm probably just going to make 1 of each card on camera. So with that, I'm going to go ahead, pull all of my supplies in, and get started. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you at the end to show you close-ups of each of the cards. These turned out just as beautiful as I was expecting. The watercolor pencils that I used what they called for, which is sand brown and elephant gray. It adds a little tiny extra. Would I recommend that you go buy colored pencils just to do this little technique? No. Use what you have. It is kind of fun. It does add a little something something. I may go back in with my blender colored pencil and just kind of soften up a little bit because you can see my lines from the pencils. But other than that, I think it looks great. You could also add a little teeny tiny bit of water. I wouldn't add much at all, almost to the point where you think your brush is dry, to blend it out a little bit. That might be nice too. So there's that. So I'll give you some close-up pictures or close-up views of the first one. Here's the first one. And I love those little gems. They add just that little something, and they're not very big, so they don't increase your postage at all. And I chose to do everything flat, but you could add 3D foam tape. You could add fun foam to the back, pop up some pieces if you're not mailing it, or if you don't mind adding a little extra postage. But that one turned out real cute. And then on this one, I made this one exactly as the instructions. So I used the little stamp and did the little dots, but I want to show you for the other three, I had this leftover zip strip and I really wanted to use it. I didn't want it to be left over. So I cut it down. I had just enough to do the other three with the leftover zip strip. So that's how I'm going to do the other ones. And then you cut off the sides of this, and you can actually save these and use them on other cards. That would be really pretty. So I'm going to put these in my little die cut. I have, it's getting to be a mess. I have this little die cut thing. So I'm just going to pop those in there, and then I will have them to use when I'm looking for some, just a little extra something, and put that back with my other ones. But here is the close-up on this one. Really, really cute. Love the way that came out. I love these little die cut and the die cuts in the set, I was really shocked. I thought they were going to be a pain, but they really weren't. I had to pop out a few little of these little holes on these little flower petals, but they came out really easy. So, and then here is card, if I can pick it up, here's card number 3. I used my little secret technique of whenever I have strips that I'm putting together to make a background. Oops, I'm trying to stay in the camera. Whenever I'm doing strips to make put together for a background, I tape them first and then I trim them, because while you could, just glue them directly down, I never get them all cut exactly right. So by taping them together and then trimming them, I know that they're all going to be even. So there is that. And I love the way this came out. And then here is the last one, which I think is probably, between this one and the first one are probably my 2 favorites. But I love the sentiment on this. This is a sentiment that I always need. So I'm going to make sure that I keep this stamp set out to use just in my regular rotation of cards. But I love the way this came out. I love all the layers. The layers really make it beautiful. And if you were hand delivering this card, I would highly recommend that you put a couple of the layers up on some foam dimensional just to give it a little extra. I think it would just be beautiful. So that is the Cherish Card Making Workshop. And again, this makes 4 of each of these cards. Oh, and I wanted to show you, there's a little bit of scrap left over. So I'm going to be using this scrap and just make some more cards. I think with this scrap, I could be able to make several of this. Now, of course, I don't have, this background piece to cut out, but I've got some other paper. You could also cut it out of white and then ink blend to make your own colored paper. I do that quite a bit. So I'm going to use these scraps, make some more of this card. Great card to have on hand. So with that, I will let you go. I hope you're having a great day. If you're interested in this card kit, I would say purchase it as soon as possible, because I can't believe how quickly this, sweet. I can't think of the words I need today. I'm so sorry. COVID really messes with your brain. It keeps me from finding my words, that's for sure, worse than usual. But anyway, like I said, this suite has sold out of several of the components so quickly that I'm absolutely shocked by it. So, like I said, if this is something you want, which I think it's an awesome, this exclusive stamp set alone is worth picking up the kit. I'm going to be using this a lot. So with that, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to let you go. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am so glad you're here. If you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button down below, that would help me out a ton. And if the rest of you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome as well. So with that, I hope you're having a great day. You're staying well and safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.